What's going on, guys? I'm back again with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about basically like the business models you can have as a producer, and basically I'm going to be giving you examples of like producers that use these business models and like where they're at right now. So to start off, I'm going to get into just like the kind of like Taz Taylor model, which is simply just selling beats. Like, so Taz Taylor, he has an interview where he basically talks about how he dropped out of like middle school to start making beats, and he was making like $500 a day or $500 like every night. He said he'd wake up in the morning and he'd see like $500 worth of like PayPal notifications on his phone, and literally he was just selling type beats on BeatStars, Airbit, platform like that, and just automatic sales, leases, exclusives, everything from posting beats on YouTube. So that's basically like revenue stream one, is just selling beats. But then you get into producers more like KBeazy, where KBeazy, he does three things basically. He makes tutorials, he sells kits, and then he used to sell beats, but I'm gonna talk about that too. So KBeazy, he sells kits, right? So he's marketing to other producers, right? And he gets that producer base, that following of producers that are gonna want to buy his kits from his tutorials. So if you do tutorials, as opposed to just waiting till 100 or waiting till 1,000 subscribers to where you can monetize your videos, which isn't gonna be that effective, in my opinion, he decided, you know what, I'm gonna start selling kits. I'm gonna come up with a product that I can sell to these producers that look up to me, watch my videos, and that's how he chose to make money. He also did sell beats on the side, but something that a lot of producers do is, as they get to a point where they realize that they'd rather, instead of just selling beats, selling leases, they'd rather make entire albums, for rappers. And that's gonna bring me to like the other end of the spectrum when it comes to selling beats, with like Metro Boomin and Wheezy and all them. But before I address them, I'm gonna talk about one more thing, which is collabs. So like Based Cash, he's he met Southside. He works with them, 808 Mafia. They all like him, and basically, what his business model is he doesn't sell beats. That's not his main thing that he does. Instead, he sells loops and collabs. So he sells like sample kits, like 50 samples at a time. He sells collabs for $100, and he sells drum kits too. But the main thing here is the collabs. So he's selling collabs for $100, and what it does is it gives you the chance to have a beat played basically at the studio with a bigger artist, because he has connections. So he can charge you $100 for a collab, because you hope that you're gonna get a placement on a song that's gonna bring you about fame, and even just like royalties from a song that blows up. You could get paid a bunch for that too. But so that's what his main thing is. Like, I'll see him post on his story, he's like knocked out 12 collabs. That's $1,200 right there. So he's making $1,000 in a day easily. And so that's how he does his stuff. And then like at the complete opposite end of the spectrum from Taz Taylor, just the strictly selling beats. I know Taz Taylor doesn't sell beats anymore, but like just that model of only selling beats, you have the complete other end of the spectrum with like all the big industry producers right now. Metro Boomin, Wheezy, Team 88, Southside, all those people. What they do is they make beats, and all they do is play it for artists. They don't sell these beats online. They're you can call them industry producers. I like to call them like studio producers. What they do is they make beats and they play them in the studios for rappers. You deal with them in person, it's not like, there are also times where they do send beats out, but they're not selling drum kits, they're not selling sound kits, with the exception of like some of them. Like TM88 made the Nightmare drum kit. I believe he made that himself. But other than that, there's no product that you see for the average producer or for the average artist that comes from these producers, and that's what gives them their brand, right? You don't see a rapper with like 20,000 followers on Instagram with a beat produced by Metro Boomin or Southside. It just doesn't happen because you have to have the connections to get to know them. It's not as easily accessible. And that's one of the things with being a producer now is, how do you want to develop your brand? Do you want to develop your brand as someone who works with like anyone and everyone because you're trying to get a bunch of, like little payments? Or are you looking more to make a connection with this guy because he has a connection to someone else, and then rise up through the ranks in that way? So yeah, those are basically just like examples of people that have employed different strategies. And obviously there's other people. So like CashMoneyAP, he's more of a Taz Taylor, like strictly just selling beats, but he does at the same time get larger placements. So he's kind of exception to the rule. And I mean, Taz Taylor has developed into someone that's no longer like posting beats and making. I mean, actually no, he does make loop and sample kits, but that's not as big of a part of his thing. He's also the CEO of Internet Money, so that's a whole nother field. But yeah, like Kyle Stemberger, he's big on making sample kits, but he doesn't advertise himself as being someone who just sells beats on a beat store. And so yeah, so basically takeaways from this is really the ways to make money as a producer is making you get plays on YouTube. Once you hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, you can start monetizing your videos, selling drum kits, sample kits, MIDI kits, loop kits, whatever you want to do. Selling those types of kits where you're selling something to a producer. Next way is selling beats, selling leases, selling exclusives, all that. And then the last way is, big placements where you're still selling the beats, but it's a placement where that you're going to get paid a lot on the back end. So that's what you're going for on those. So yeah, basically I just wanted to give you some knowledge on how producers are making money. And if you're doing one of them, if you're just trying to sell beats, maybe try to make a connection with someone that has a connection to a bigger artist that's going to help you, give yourself more fame. Because honestly, with an increase in following, you can start charging more. People will want to work with you as opposed to you having to reach out to everyone. That also comes with just making better beats in general. But yeah, I don't want to talk for too long. I just wanted to let you know the different ways that producers can make money and stuff you can apply to your own business as a producer. So comment anything you want for the next video. Please like, subscribe, and see ya.